Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome back to Farm Expert. So in the last episode we purchased this Coon Axis 40.1W, and we're at the farm shop right now, and we need to get something for it basically. They don't magically have it at your farm, you have to actually purchase it, which is an interesting function. You don't have a choice. Now, if we look at our field real quick, so these are our fields over here. So we have 0 antifungal protection, and we have 56% insects, 56% weeds. Wow. Fertilized, artificial versus natural. Oh, that's interesting. They changed it a little bit. There was an update, and they gave some more information. If you go on the Steam page, they provided a little bit of updates to various things. So acidity. So we need to put basically insecticide and herbicide down, and if you look in the tutorials it actually says when to do it. Let's see, fertilizing just before sowing and planting, which is what we're kind of in the area right now. And does it say for insecticides? Spraying. The productivity of sowing can be increased by taking care of the cleanliness of your crops during their growth. Spray the fields with herbicides and insecticides immediately after sowing, and with fungicides before harvest. So they say fertilize before planting. So we need fertilizer. We don't have fertilizer as an option here. Herbicides, fungicides, lime. It doesn't say anything about fertilizer. Maybe it's because maybe it's just because what I have, but that's interesting. Okay, well then I guess we don't need to use anything here, but we'll buy 100 of each so we have some for later use. 100 of that, 100 of that, 100 of that, 100 of that. Actually, I think 2 would be at best. So I think, or maybe 3. I think this thing takes 3. So now we just don't have to come back here. Heck, let's be a little crazy and get 4. 400 kilograms, 400 liters. So there we go. So now we can use this wherever we need, or whenever we need to. So there were some updates to the game, as I mentioned. I don't know what this is. Version 1.108 is what the latest version is at, according to what the developers are saying. And they fixed a few things. Some of the things they included were it's less bumpy on the road. It's still bumpy, but not nearly as bumpy as it was before. Yeah, it's a little less bumpy, which is good. Another thing they said they fixed was something to do with grass. Stuff to do with weather effects and stuff like that. Let's just go over here. And do they fix this? No, it's still huge. Anyways, so what we're gonna do here is just gonna take a quick look at our fields, because we need to be in our home base basically to do this. So there's a player's farm there. So we actually need to, is this plowed? It's cultivated, yes. Plowed, cultivated, yes. Plowed, cultivated, plowed but not cultivated. So let's go ahead and just hire an employee to cultivate this. There we go. And then we'll hire an employee to cultivate this. Yes, because that hasn't been cultivated either. And I think this one's good to go. Yes. So we'll work on one of these fields here. We will work on, I guess fertilizing is really easy in this game. Aerial spraying of herbicides, commercial aerial spraying of fertilizers. So let's say we're going to work on this small field here. It's been plowed, cultivated, and let's go ahead and just aerial spray that. So let's go ahead and detach this, change directions, lower machine. Oh, you have to lower it before you can detach it? That's kind of cool actually. Oh, there comes the airplane. I don't know where it is. I just heard it go by. Where did it go? Oh, it's over there. If you can see it off in the distance. So that means this little field should be fertilized now. Yes, there it is. That's how quick that fertilizer is like that. Anyways, let's grab the sowing machine. And I guess we didn't buy any seeds, did we? Alright, I'll go buy some seeds from the farm shop and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we got some canola seeds here because we only have 2 bins right now. We have a canola bin for storage and a wheat bin for storage, so that's why I got canola for the time being. So let's go ahead and fill the seed drill. And do we fill it completely? That was only 50%. We might need some more seed. We'll see how this works out. Now, I was talking with Norm, and he was asking about these little information bubbles. Now I'm gonna go check the game options real quick. Information bubbles, no. There they go. So you can turn them off if you wish. Alright, let's try this out. So let's get inside the tractor here. So this is the field right here, this little small field that has been fertilized now. So if we come over here to the field, we should be able to see the information. So if we go to 2 and we walk into the field here, we should see that it has been plowed, cultivated, and fertilized and 0% sown. So you can see the little fertilizer there. It looks terrible. Little squares. From a distance it looks fine, but if you look straight down it doesn't look so great. So if we go back up here to the tutorial and see what it says in terms of preparing the field, it says fertilize just before sowing and planting. So we did that. We hired a worker to do that because apparently our solid spreader, I should say, maybe I didn't look carefully enough, but all right. So let's go back here. Well, that's interesting. You see the little lights back there? That's kind of cool. Okay, so if we come here and then we have to lower the machine. Wrong button. I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing what you'd press in Farm Sim. That's funny. Anyways, so let's lower the machine, which is R. There we go. Do we need to turn on the machine? No? Apparently we just have at her. Alright, we'll put the marker down then. Alright, and then we just go forward, I guess. That's it. There you go. That's all there is to it, apparently. So we have the marker put down there so we'll know which way to go, I think. It doesn't look that way at all, but apparently it's there. So let's lift the machine up, change the marker. There we go. Let's lift that marker up, actually. And I'm just going to start a headland down. Well, I guess it doesn't make a difference. It's interesting how that rear camera changes. Doesn't appear to change anything, though. So let's put this marker on that side down. Doesn't really show up here, but anyways. It's not very clear. Just lower it. There we go. Now it's showing up on this side. Whoa. This seems really quick. I don't know. It's there. I don't know why that wasn't showing up properly before, but now it's showing up the marker on this side. Maybe it's just the one side, I don't know, but didn't play very nice, that's for sure. Nice. Let's raise it up. I feel like the throttle's way too heavy. Like in the sense that I push the throttle down just a little bit and it's like boom, ready to go. Anyways, change the marker. Let's get lined up here. Put that marker down. There we go. Lower it down. There we go. Now let's try and keep it in the marker here. So as you can see, I'm trying to line up with the marker right in front of us there, which is where the markers are supposed to work as far as I understand. Yeah, the one marker is not working properly. I don't know why that is, but it's definitely not working properly. In comparison to the other one. Because the other one, you could really tell it needed to be switched, but this one, or where it was actually marking, I should say. Whereas this one on this side really doesn't do very much. So just to show you the difference once again, so here we go. Marker's ready to go. Let's lower it down. And you can see, if we hop out here, you can actually see it. So you can see that's where the marker is, but like on this side, coming this way, this is where the marker is, right at the end here. So I think they need to fix that. That does not seem like it's where it's supposed to be marking. Maybe you need to extend the marker, I don't know, but definitely doesn't seem like it's the right setup. But you can see how when you're in the tractor, it's kind of moving around and kind of shuttling around depending on where you are, which is kind of neat. So it's a cool little feature of the game. Doing a little bit of sowing. So like, again, that's an example of that marker. Just to put it in perspective. Like it's much clearer on this side, that's for sure. Alright, let's turn. Lower that guy down. Put the marker down. And let's try again. Try and line it up here. Excellent. So it's showing that we're 26% sown on this field, which is good for us. And it's showing canola, which is also good. It shows us what we're actually sowing as well, which is excellent. That huge mark down there. It must be from the hard workers. They don't do the best job. So yeah, there's another example of what I was talking about with that marker. It's a pain. Look at that. The marker's like right there. Don't know why that's the case, but it's there. Anyhow, let's lift that marker up. Make the turn here. So we don't actually have to have a weight on the front, but I feel like there should be a weight in the front for some reason. So I'm not even going to bother putting the marker down. You can actually kind of tell where you're supposed to be. So like as long as you keep your tire like close to the edge there, you're probably fine. Now they do have this like CVT1, CVT2 transmission, and I'm not sure, I guess it's like high-low gear, but it never doesn't really clarify what that is, as far as I've seen at least. There may be some clarification, but I haven't seen it yet, so keep that in mind, I guess. Alright, so I will come back once we are done this field. Alright, so I just wanted to, I'll just almost finish this field here, and I just wanted to show you the difference between like the cultivated and then the sown. I don't know, I feel like the texture could be a bit better. Like, I don't know. It looks like it could be a bit better in terms of like what you like, for example, what you see like in real life. You'd see like, you know, straight lines, or as straight as they're going to be at least. But that's what it looks like when it's cultivated. That's what it looks like when it is seeded. Just to give you a comparison there. Did the graphics settings change? Best quality? No. There you go. So just to give you an idea of what it's like. So let's finish this field here. There we go. It should say 100% or 99% or something like that. Sown, yeah, 99. There we go. That is our field sown with canola. Now, there is a little caveat, and I'm not sure how this game is going to take it. So like, according to what they say here, it is April. So like in Ontario, for example, you don't normally plant canola in April, at least as far as I know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait a little bit and just see how this game interprets this. So I'm not sure. It may be fine, it may not be fine, who knows. But it's fertilized, it's been plowed and cultivated, and now it is sown. There's obviously a little bits that we've missed. So that is that. So that is what a sown field looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take their advice. Let's see here. What does it say here? Where is it? For field prep, it says fertilization before spraying. Productivity or sowing can be increased by taking care of cleanliness of your crops during their growth. Spray the fields with herbicide and insecticide immediately after sowing. So immediately, herbicide and insecticide immediately after sowing. Okay, so let's progress time one day to tomorrow. There we go. Next day, that's magically done. April 2nd. And let's go ahead and grab our tractor here and start her up. And what we'll do is take our sower, put it back over in our storage area here. And gotta watch out for these huge ruts that people made when they were sowing it, when the workers were sowing it at least. So our storage facility is up here. Can I actually get in here? I don't think so. I've tried this already. Where is that spreader stored? Somewhere up here. Yeah, there it is over there. So let's go around, take a little jaunt in through the forest. Watch out for the benches there. And no, it's not that far, is it? Where is it? I think I need to go in the opposite direction. Most likely. But you get to see a little bit of the farm. Let me grab the spreader and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, got the spreader, and let's see what happens here. So we want to, so we can't actually use this to spread fertilizer. Interesting. I can't fill this with lime either. What is this even used for then? Like, if I can't, I have no, I don't have fertilizer in stock. Really? That's a bit strange. Okay, let's go get some fertilizer, I guess, then. Be back in a sec. Alright, so I got some fertilizer. Apparently I can't use herbicides or insecticides or fungicides or lime, apparently, with this. I don't understand. I have lime, but I can't use it. Don't understand that. Maybe there's another vehicle I'm missing? Who knows? Alright, let's go ahead and refill this with fertilizer. Why am I refilling it with fertilizer? I don't need to do that. We don't need fertilizer here. What am I doing? We need the things we can't do any right now. So let's go ahead and turn this off then. So I can't spread fertilizer with, or herbicide with that. So let's go ahead and, so this is the canola one, right? So it said immediately after sowing, spread insecticide. There we go. So let's go take a quick little view of that. Let's back this way. And we'll see the airplane come by. So it should be this field over here, this small little field. We should be able to see it. This one over here. Oh, there he goes, wherever he went. So we should have insecticide now on this field. Yes, and then we need a herbicide as well. And it says immediately after spraying, immediately after sowing, so that's why I'm doing it like this. And then we'll see the airplane come by and spread herbicide down as well. And theoretically this should be perfectly fine to harvest. And then it says fungicide before harvest, so should be interesting, because apparently I can't do this yet. Not with that particular spreader that I have, so. Oh, there he goes, way over there. So now this should have herbicide and insecticide. There you go. So that's ready to go then. So I don't know how they're dealing with seasons and whatnot, or how, if it's a thing at all in the game, but that's that. So there you go. That's that field ready to go, I guess. So the only thing I need to do is spray a fungicide, which I don't know if you normally spread a fungicide on canola, but according to what they're telling me, that's what you have to do. So let's see here. Immediately after sowing and with fungicide before harvest. So there you go. So we need to spray fungicide before the harvest, apparently. So there you go. Alright, so let's just see a couple things. I'm gonna set up a couple things, and I'll come back in a second and I'll show you what's up. Alright, so I've progressed time a little bit just to see how the things work. So what I did was I took care of all the other fields that I have right now. So I spread, I cultivated them, plowed them, put seeds down. I planted everything in canola just to, because I have one of those bins anyway, so it made the most sense because I only have the choice between wheat and canola, and canola made me a heck of a lot more money, so we went with that again. We'll see how it works out this time around. So I planted that in April, and insects 12%, weeds 11%. Just to give you that idea. Soil class A. I'm not sure what the soil class A and B means yet. I don't think it was specified anywhere. That's what it looks like right now. and you can see that part of it is grown. Now, one of the things they do talk about in this game is you can progress time, and I'm not sure what the deal with the individual days are. Like, if you're using crops, it doesn't really make a difference. But if you have animals on your farm, then it would make a difference because you have to take care of them a bit better. But in this context, nothing else. I don't know if you need to feed your animals every single day in this game or not. We're gonna find out. So I'm at May 15th, and canola. Let's see. Let's go ahead 2 weeks and see what happens. Nothing, like I suspected. And then if you wait one more day, it'll go till June. I don't know if you can skip ahead to a specific day in a month. That would be interesting. Like, all it said was make sure you don't progress time too far forward, right? Yeah, I can't go any further than this. So, like, in reality, like, let's go to the halfway point of this month just to see what happens. Yeah, nothing. So I don't know how they've decided to. Oh, there it goes. Wow. Okay, that was unexpected. So now we're in June, and it's flowering in this context. That was kind of unexpected. Just kind of popped out of nowhere. So I don't know. It still says we're good to go. Plowed, cultivated, fertilized. Yeah, look, there's a butterfly. Cool. So we're at the middle of the month. So let's see what happens. Like, this is kind of the aspect of the game I'm not 100% sure of, like how they deal with this, because in my neck of the woods, it's different than what the game is set up for. So for example, like canola might be doing this in June, might not be, depending on the season. So let's go to June 30th just to see what's up. I don't know how long. I don't know if it says the specific cycle of each of them, or how long it's supposed to take for the harvesting from the field, collecting, harvesting, yada yada yada. I don't think it says. Oh, here's fruit. Oh, that's fruit growing, not the other way around. Doesn't say anything about that, so okay, interesting. Let's progress time one more day. So now we'll be in July. The day and night cycle is kind of neat, though. It seems a bit excessive, but it's there. Interesting. We have 5 fields. Okay. So this is the aspect of the game I'm kind of like, how does this all work? Let's go to the 15th of the month. See what happens. So one thing they do caution you about is don't progress time too far forward, because you will lose your crop. And you can't just keep progressing time until you see the crop ready, I don't think. So that's what I'm not sure about. So anyways, what we'll do is oh, no, there it is. Apparently it's ready to be harvested now. Is it ready to harvest? Yeah, 100%. So what we can do is, what I'll do is I'll spread fungicide down, because that's what it says to do, and then I guess we can harvest. We'll see how this turns out. So there you go. So that was April. We planted like basically April 1st. So 1 month, 2 months, April, June, 2 months. So it's like 2.5 months it takes to mature, so to speak. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, folks, we'll call it there for the time being. We'll come back next episode, and we'll hopefully make some more money, and then we'll be able to get into, be able to raise some cattle, I hope. That's what I'm kind of curious about, and we'll see how that goes. Anyways, folks, my name's Iain Robson. This has been Farm Expert 2017. I hope you enjoyed so far. If you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Farm Expert. I'll catch you guys later.